Welcome back to Code with Hafiz. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to install and configure Pinia for state management in a Laravel Inertia plus Vue application. If you're ready to take your Vue app state management to the next level, let's dive right in. First, we need to install Pinia. Let's open a new tab in the browser and search for Pinia in the google.com. Now let's go to this link for their official site. In here we need to click on this Get Started button. Now you can read about this great package here if you want. So to install Pinia, we need to go to the Get Started tab at the left sidebar. So, to install Pinia in our Laravel and Inertia plus Vue application, we need to copy one of these commands, either yarn or npm. Just make sure to stick with the one you have used from the startup. So in my case it is yarn. Let's open a terminal and make sure you're in the project directory. Let's paste the command and press enter. After successful installation of Pinia, we need to get back to the documentation and scroll down a little bit, so to copy the configuration code and import it in the app.js file of our application. So this code will import the Pinia package in our app. Now let's initialize Pinia by copying this other line of code from the documentation. After initialization, now we can use it in our app like this. Next up, we need to create our store directory, and let's also create a counter store test file too, to test if Pinia is working or not. So in here, we will write some logic for a counter to increase and decrease a counter. First, let's import define store from Pinia. Second, let's initialize our example use counter store by using the define store from Pinia. Next up, we have a count state define 0. And then we have the increment and decrement actions below to add or minus 1 from the actual state of count, which is define 0. Now let's create the user interface for the counter. I will do it in the dashboard view component. So, in here we need to show the counter, and then we need two buttons. One for incrementing and second for decrementing the counter. Now we need to import the use counter store from our store. And then define the required properties like the count state from use counter store as computed property. And then, create the increment and decrement functions to call the increment and decrement actions on this .counter computed property. Now finally, we can test our application to see if this works or not. So you can see that we can increment and decrement the counter just fine. And that's it. You've successfully integrated Pinia into your Laravel Inertia plus Vue app. Pinia makes state management so much easier and cleaner. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.